Hi, I'm Angie, and today I'm making lemon bread. This recipe is a little different than the lemon loaf I've shown you before, and we're going to be making 2 loaves at the same time, and we also need to separate the eggs. The first thing I've done is preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and I've greased 2 8x4 loaf pans. I've also lined mine because they're a little bit beat up and rusty inside, but you can just grease and flour it, that's great. In my electric mixer, I'm going to start by creaming 1 cup of softened butter. That's equal to 2 sticks. And 1 cup of granulated sugar. So I'll just cream those together until they're light and fluffy. Now remember I said you had to separate your eggs, so I've separated 3 large eggs into the whites and the yolks, and I'm going to add the yolks into the butter-sugar mixture. 3 egg yolks. And the grated rind from 1 lemon. Just stir those in. So now, kind of like a cake, we're going to combine the dry ingredients. I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'll just stir those together. And I'm going to add the flour mixture alternating with 1 cup of milk into the creamed butter mixture. You want to start and end with the flour. So we'll add about 1/3 of the flour. Beat that in. Add about 1/2 cup of milk. Another 1/3 of flour. The rest of the milk, and then the last of the flour. Okay, now I'm going to push this aside, and in a separate bowl we're going to whip up the egg whites. So in this bowl I've got my 3 egg whites, and now I'm just going to beat them until they're stiff but not dry. So there you can see that the stiff peaks form when I draw out the beaters. Okay, so now I'm going to fold the beaten egg whites into the batter. So I'll just fold those egg whites in. And at this point you can add in 1 cup of nuts if you would like. Okay, now I'll spoon that prepared batter into our pans. We're going to bake these at 350 for about an hour, or until they test done. And once I pull them out of the oven, we're going to make a nice lemony glaze for on top. Kind of nice to make 2 loaves at once. You can give one away, you can freeze it, or you can serve a crowd. I'll just smooth out the tops. And I'll pop these in the oven and I'll show them to you when they're done. Okay, it's been an hour and the cakes are done. 1 and 2. Now you just want to let them cool for 10 minutes, then take them out of the pan and let them cool on the rack. And while they're cooling, we're going to make a nice lemon sugar topping to drizzle over the top. So let's do that now. Okay, to make the topping, I've got 2 tablespoons of softened butter. I'm going to add 1 and 1/4 cups of icing sugar, 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and the grated rind of another lemon. And I'll just beat those until they're smooth. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a thin glaze to put over the cakes and not a thick icing. And once the cakes are cooled, you'll just drizzle it over top with a spoon. So now I'm just going to spread that glaze right on top of the loaf. And I'll do the second loaf too. So thanks for watching, and I hope you try some delicious lemon bread.